and welcome back to Route 7 Railway, and welcome to my new workstation. I've decided to set this up to keep myself away from the rough work that I do downstairs at the layout and in the workshop, so I can work up here in a cleaner environment. I'll just give you a quick look of what I've got set up. It's just an old desk that I had and I've repurposed it. Work mat, test track at the back, a few trains there that I'm planning on changing the lighting on, some HSTs. Place to put some clip-on lights so I can light my work area, and places where I can set the camera up as well. So I'm hoping this is going to work out fine. So there we go. I hope I find you well and everything's going on the lockdown, even though things are starting to lighten up. But as I say, be careful everybody. I said before, if you were vulnerable in the past, you're still vulnerable, so just be very careful. Anyway, where are we with the layout? Well, there's been some good progress and some good direction of where the layout's going. I've got quite a few video clips which I'm going to string together into two videos of round about 8 minutes, 10 minutes long. So I apologise if some of the editing is a bit poor and that I may repeat myself a couple of times maybe in the different video clips. But it should give you an idea of where we're going and what my thinking is. And any advice would be gratefully accepted. So let's get this video edited and put together so we can upload it onto YouTube. Speak to you soon. Bye. Quick update and modification. I've cut the raised section even slimmer. I've worked out that about 4 1/4 inches width is giving me enough room to have two lines with the rolling stock passing each other. So I've cut it down even more. And what I'm thinking of doing now, that's about the narrowest I can do it. But what I'm thinking of doing now is using some sort of panel cutter on a router, if I can get hold of one, and chamfer the underneath section of this so it looks like a cross section of one of those concrete bridges. Leave it, say, 1/4 inch on the edge here, and then chamfer the underneath on both sides and give it that aerofoil look. And when it's painted up grey and concrete, it'll look alright, I think. So I've narrowed that off, so that's looking a lot slimmer. Hey everybody, nice little scene this. A Jif and a Lena TGV, 6 car sets, both working. I just had to do some work on the Jif one, using spares from another unit. Repairing a bogie. One of the bogies was snapped, so I've super glued it together and it seems to be holding in fine. So that's nice, isn't it? Two TGVs from different manufacturers, very nice. Made up with that. What I plan here is I've got a couple of bridges coming that are about half the length of this each, and they're going to go across with a twin track bridges going across there, fixed to that dropping board, and they will link up with some setup that I'm going to do here. This is all very experimental at the moment, but the main thing is that I want to get those boards, those raised section boards cut so they look a lot better than that. And as discussed earlier, I'm going to use things like this, the kitchen feet or legs, strip them down, paint them up as concrete stanchions for this work. And look at the profile of that compared to the block. It's great, isn't it? Just a bit of a chat about where we're going with the layout. It's a heritage stroke museum layout. That's a heritage working railway, earning money for the museum by way of excursion, with the TMD doing maintenance for other museums, that sort of thing. Give you a little bit of a look at where we're at. Sorry about the spinning round. Right, the layout that it's basically, that's a twin loop going all the way round. That is going to be classed as, if you like, the local line, the working part of the heritage railway. And because of the size of the room, I can't have a big fiddle yard or anything like this. So with it being a museum stroke heritage railway, people will want to come and see the trains, and they can be parked up on display. And this is the idea they've come up with. It's a three-way point going into 3 sidings there. So those trains could be on display. I could have them set up, or I can model them in where people are looking at them and all that, and it acts as a mini fiddle yard for them as well. And I'm going to do the same on the other side, maybe a mirror image. And I'm thinking of using A4s with Pullman coaches there and different, that era steam over in that corner, or a bit of a collection of EWS locos. They could all be there. And I want to try and do something somewhere else as well, so I can have trains ready to go on the layout rather than having to keep taking them off. Now, that area there is still going to be a mainline station, and I really like the idea of having the concrete sleeper track on that one. I just like the idea of differentiating it between the ordinary stuff here. I want to use Pico set track instead of the flexi track on the straight bits, but I've run out of money this month, so we'll have to wait and see and get more. And I want to try and change the points. Some of these points, Hornby points, aren't as good as the Pico stuff, so I want to change them as well. But there, I'm thinking of having the station on the top, which is also the entrance to the museum and heritage railway, and have a station underneath so people can get on board trains for little trips, excursions, or whatever. Also, this bit of cable here is the length of a Woodland Scenics 2% riser, which is 16 feet. A bit of a worry if I can fit it in, and the idea being is I want that to start somewhere in that corner there, go round the back up here somehow. I'll have to work it in with other track, and it's going to go round the back and come up the back here where I've left this space, and I want that to join somewhere here onto the upper track so that I can run the TGV on, say, an excursion. It could come out onto the local line, go to the station, pick up passengers there, go round the local line loop, and then up the riser and onto the main line, and off it goes on a trip around there. And that'll be a twin line. It'll be 4 lines here at the station because it's also a main line station, so we can have other trains running on that and stopping, and so we can have a little separate thing going there in my imagination. So that's where we're at. Oh yeah, and let's have a little bit of a chat about the noise that you get from the track on the boards is, you all know it's nuts. And I've got Woodland Scenics foam track bed to go underneath when I eventually decide it's all in the right place. But what I like the idea, a lot of the Americans use that XPS extruded polystyrene board, and I'm thinking of putting a 50mm cover over the whole lot here, so that I can actually model into it if I want to create low areas and maybe even some track that goes down into a cutting, something like that. So that's on the cards, having the XPS board on the top of all this, which will be quite interesting. One thing I made a decision on, this was me lift out. This is the lift out board that I've been harping on about for a while. And what I've decided to do, I took a little bit of advice from people and had a little think about it. So I'm not going to lift it out. It'll save me loads of work. I can take these droppers off. I can take all these droppers off. I don't have to have them there, or I could leave them on ready and just drop them through if in the event I decide to turn it into a lift out board. But I'm just going to save myself a load of work and crack on as if it wasn't, as if it's fixed. Loads of people crawl underneath their layout to get into it, and why should I be an exception? There's no need to do it at this stage. And what I'm doing at the moment, I'm just putting some underlay down that I've got spare in the garage, and I'm going to put some carpet on the floor just to make it a bit more cosy, as it were. Hi, one of my orders for trackers just arrived. Ta-da! So I'm now replacing all my flexi track that I've been using for straights with the set track. So that's going to be keeping me occupied for a while now, because I've got to make that all that fit and make adjustments around the room. So cracking on. Speak to you soon. Bye. Hello again. And what do you think? I think some good progress there. I've got a few things that are still in the pipeline, which may change. Well, obviously, with any layout, we all change these things from 1 minute to the next. It just depends how you feel on the day sometimes. But I'm looking forward to all of this, and I hope you will follow me and keep on with this journey with me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, because it does help. It always gives us a bit of encouragement to know that people may be interested. And please pass it on to your friends as well, so we can entertain each other while we're on the lockdown and while we're working. Because like you, most probably, I tend to watch a lot of these videos while I'm actually working on my own stuff, and it's all good. And I picked up a lot from people. So some of the more established YouTubers out there with some of their bigger layouts passing on some great information and tips, and it's all good. So I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.